Okay. Okay. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Am I recording myself? Okay. Okay, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. This is my first time recording myself and doing YouTube live, so please excuse my little glitches. But I'm here to do a very simple introduction to Canva presentations tutorial for you all. So I know that in this new world, especially this virtual world, we are having to figure out all these new platforms, how to work them, and really get really savvy with them. So I thought that it would be really cool to take some time out to go ahead and go through how to really work Canva and how to do some Canva presentations because it's a great tool that you can use not only for school but in the workplace and just really in a lot of different fields. And Canva has so much to offer and they have so many things already pre-made for you that is just such a great resource that I really think that everyone should be able to use. So I'm going to share my screen and we are just going to go through a presentation, how to make it on Canva. We're just going to talk about self-care because come on y'all, self-care is super important. So that's going to be our little mock presentation that we are going to do today. So if you are here watching with me, ask me any questions that you need in the chat, and I definitely hope that y'all enjoy. So let's go ahead and share screen so that we can get onto Canva. That's me. Okay, let's see. Canva, Canva, Canva. So we have made it here to Canva. Awesome, awesome. And we are going to work on a presentation. So like I said, Canva has so much to offer, so much to offer. And so with that, we are going to be working on presentations. But as you can see, there's so many different options, y'all. So when you have some free time, go into Canva, dig into these different options and see what all they have going on. Because if you're somebody that's trying to have a small business, if you're trying to be a social media manager, if you just like to have fun on social media, there's so many things that you can really use on Canva for all of those different topics. Like Canva, I feel like has something for everybody, y'all. And I understand I'm definitely a Canva enthusiast, but for a good reason. It is a great platform. So we're going to do a presentation and let's look, you can see there are these different presentations. So also one thing that's great about Canva is you can use it on the phone and you can also design presentations made specifically to be able to view on the phone. So all of those dimensions are already made up for y'all. Like, come on, where are you getting that at? That's great. That's a quality time right there. So let's go ahead and let's click brainstorm presentation. So you can kind of click through the different options and really what you'll see by clicking on those different options, the templates will look a little different. But when you click in here, what I love is that you can also just search what you're looking for. And you may not always get something, but what's great about Canva is they'll give you what they feel is most closely related. So you still may be able to get something that is like close to what you're looking for and you can just tweak it a little bit and make it your own. So we're going to do a self-care presentation where it's just going to be like intro to self-care, right? And look at all of this great stuff that we have. We have self-care planners, talking about treating yourself and self-care, or beginner's guide to self-care. So we can just literally, you can go through and you can click through these. And before you choose which one you want, so let's say we wanted to do a beginner's guide to self-care, you can click on it and you can kind of look through. And for me, I don't really love these graphics on this one specifically. It may be your thing, but for me, I just don't love these graphics. So I would go back and I would say, let's look at a different one. So this is a video, which also is a very cool way that you can make them. You can make them into little videos. This is talking about skincare. So that's cool, but we're not really talking about skincare. So let's look at something else. Let's go up here. Self-care planner. Okay, y'all, I know I said I didn't like that other one, but I think that we may just use it and maybe go from there. Or let's use this one. So you can also either click through and decide which pages that you want, or you can click apply all 15 pages. I typically, when I'm trying to just use a layout and put touches on it to make it my own. I'll apply all of the pages because you can go through the different layouts and you can kind of decide which one do you really like, which piece do you kind of want to work with, and which ones do you want to delete, because some of them you may not like as much. So like just going through those off the top of my head, I probably would just like, you know, delete this table of contents one because I don't need that. I know I won't need that. Maybe we can leave these. So I'll leave the rest for now. So let's go to the y'all, I didn't went backwards out the presentation. So let's click on the home screen. Y'all, it wouldn't be technology if it didn't glitch at the time when you don't want it to glitch, right? Okay, so we're back on here. So I actually really like Discover Your Wellness as a title for a self-care presentation. So I'm absolutely going to leave that here. Y'all know I'm a Black girl with locks. So one of my favorite things about Canva is that you can find people of all colors, shapes, sizes on Canva if you look over here in the elements. So I'm going to literally search girls with locks and let's see what comes up. I might not get anything, or I might get great imagery. You see? 3 snaps for Canva, y'all. 3 snaps for Canva because this is great imagery. So I'm going to delete her. Hey, homegirl. But, you know, I just want somebody that matches my vibe a little better. So discover your wellness. And so for me, I also want to change these colors up just because purple is my thing. Purple is definitely my thing. So I'm going to go through here and I'm going to change the colors a little bit to colors that I like. And that is also, you see, there's so much that you can personalize with Canva. So you can leave some things the same, change it a little bit. So we got discover your wellness. And also you see, you get these magic recommendations when you click on something. Y'all use the magic recommendations because a lot of times you'll go in there and they'll have additional images of things that you might like or want to use. So definitely take a look at that and scroll and see if there's anything in there that you like. Okay, so we got a couple other pictures, but I do think that I'm just going to go with the one that I have on there. I think I like her best. And so discover your wellness. And y'all, now let's add a little additional text because, of course, the people should know who it's by. And so we're going to put by Miss Brandie. Let's add that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And honestly, I think what I want to do, y'all, is I actually want to put it here at the bottom. And I want to move homegirl up some. You know, move that up a little bit. And then put this down here. So yeah, I really like the way that this looks. That's super cute. So we're going to do that. And now look at this. We got a little first page, Discover Your Wellness by Miss Brandie. We changed the background. All I had to do was click on it, click on the color up here in the top left corner, and you can kind of change it to whatever color that you want. You can go through and really just figure out, you know, what your vibe is. So lots of different options. And honestly, this is a great thing about Canva. Everything is customizable. Like you can change pretty much any color of anything on here. You can change it to really make it your own, you know, however it is that, you know, your vibe is or whatever your presentation topic is, you can really adjust this to make it match well. I will say I'm gonna go through and change the color of my name here because I do think that we should just try to, you know, have a little bit of consistency in these colors. All right, so discover your wellness. Actually, so I want to make mine have a heading on here. And I'm going to say guide to self-care. Now, why would I want to spell it wrong? And so y'all, you'll see as I'm moving this around, these different lines pop up, right? Canva will tell you exactly where center is. So let's keep moving this over. And you see this line, when it's solid, going straight up and down, that means I'm right in the middle. So I'm going to leave that there because I want it to be right in the middle. And I know this is overlapping a little, but I actually like the way that that looks. Now, you want to be careful when doing stuff like that because you definitely don't want to make it so that it's really busy or so that it's not legible, like people can't easily read it. You definitely want people to be able to look at it and see what it says and not have to struggle to see it. And I feel like this is still really clear. So let's go on to the next slide. So Discover Your Wellness, a guide to self-care. So here we have a definition of wellness. So I could leave this because I do have a guide to wellness, but more so ours is really talking about what is self-care. And so this gets into a self-care routine now, but let's say, what is the definition of self-care? But we're going to put self-care defined. And so the act of taking care of your mental, physical, and emotional well-being, right? Okay, so I spelled emotional wrong, y'all. Definitely something to think about when you are making presentations. You definitely want to go back and make sure that whatever you have on there is spelled correctly. And also make sure that you can pronounce the things that you have on there, because you don't want to put stuff on your PowerPoint and you're going through it and you're stuttering over words. It's definitely fine not to know stuff, but if you have something in there, you're unsure how to say it, ask Google. Google will tell you. You've got an iPhone, ask Siri. Siri will tell you. But the worst thing to do is just to go into something knowing that you're not prepared rather than trying and making that effort. So self-care defined. And so when we're going through this slide, let's go ahead. I want to change the color. I want to keep my theme of purple. So again, y'all, I want to find, oh, I like how they did that. Can we do that with homegirl here? Can we make her be the sun? So y'all never be afraid on Canva to play with shapes, sizes, colors, make something, tilt it a little bit the way that you want. Definitely don't be scared to make it your own. I actually want to bring this moon forward. So if you click on this position button here, you can change where something sits at. So before, if you pay attention to her chin, I'll do it again. Now you can't see her chin, it's behind the moon. But if I click this and I click position backward, you can see her chin comes above the moon. So you can use this when you're trying to layer things, but you want something specific to be on the top. You can use this position tool up here to go ahead and change what will be on top or what will be on the bottom. And then I'm going to change the color of this because it gets kind of hard to see when I change the background to that darker purple color. So I'm going to change that and make it a little lighter. So we have our first slide, goes into our second slide where we define self-care. And then let's go ahead and let's add some animations to this actually. So we're going to click animate up here in the top. And so you can do a bunch of different things with animations on here. And on Canva, you can do text and page animations the same way that you would be able to do on Google Slides or on PowerPoint. So y'all, you're not missing anything, but I just feel like Canva just has a lot more to offer because these pre-made templates are a lifesaver, y'all, like a lifesaver. And there are hundreds upon hundreds of them that you can go through. So you can also just kind of hover over the different options and it'll show you how it'll come up. I love, love, love the typewriter option, like literally obsessed. It's kind of ridiculous. But so let's do that. Oh, I like that. And then we can do, let's see, a page animation. Okay, so if you do a page animation, it'll roll in with the letters. So let's see. That's kind of not my favorite. The pop-up isn't bad. The pop-up isn't bad. The stomp isn't bad either, I guess. Let's see. How about for this one? Let's try. We're gonna try that, but on the first one, we'll do a page animation and we'll do rise. So let's actually present this really quick and take a look at what it's gonna look like. Okay, let's go back. Okay. Okay, we love that. That's definitely adorable. So let's escape out of here and let's go on and get on to our next slide. So we have self-care routine. I'm going to, not that I want to take this out because I might use this later, but I actually want to switch it around and I want to add this one up here and I want to add this one up here just because, no, I actually want to add this one up here because next I want to talk about the importance of self-care. And so, y'all, I wouldn't say do this often, but something that you can do in the middle of your slide is, if you want to just kind of talk about something as far as personal experience, you can use this as an opener to go into your next slide. So my next slide is going to give more detail, more worded detail on this, but the topic is going to be the same. Again, you can feel free to go through and change all of these pictures. If you don't want to change the whole picture, you do also have the option to change the color of the skin on Canva. And so if I wanted to try to make her a little bit more brown, I could definitely do that. And then maybe change the color and make the color of the heart a little deeper so it's not quite so close to the color of her skin. So you can definitely do that if you don't want to change the whole person, because sometimes that can be a bit tedious to go through a bunch of times. So we are going to leave her like that. I am going to change the background color. Make it a little different. Maybe I'll make that match. Okay, let's make this purple to keep our theme, right? We love a theme. You want to definitely make sure as you're going through your PowerPoint, things like color schemes as well as fonts. So you see how the title font is the same on all of these. You definitely want to make sure that you have consistency among things like that because it's really visually appealing and it'll keep people engaged in your slideshow. They won't get too boring because you see it's different, but it's the same. So it has that consistency, but it also still keeps your eyes drawn into it while you're going through it. And of course, if I were to be presenting this, I would go into a lot of different information and talk about different things to make sure that you're keeping that viewer nice and entertained and focused on you. So I really like that this says physical because there are definitely physical and emotional benefits to the importance of self-care. And so for emotional, we can put helps reduce stress and enhances quality of life. Um, Self-care promotes physical health and wellness. It can improve overall well-being. Not only does it help reduce stress, but it helps manage daily stress by creating routine. And so we could go on and on. Let's make it match, of course. Of course. So now look at this. Like this, we're moving through this. We're moving through this. And as you know, again, if we were speaking this presentation, we would have a lot more information that we're going to say. So you don't need to pack your slides out with a million things. You really, really don't, because you'll be able to speak on additional pieces of information that you would have here. And so let's talk about burnout, right? Y'all, but I'm telling you, you can search anything and they will have a decent picture for you. Because who thought when I searched burnout that we was gonna get quality pics like this? Quality pics. Look at this. My boy's stressed. He tired. He backwards on the chair. For what reason? So there's so many things that you can find on Canva. It is awesome. It is so awesome. I'm definitely not gonna use that video. I really like to have stuff that the background can be cut out of. And so let's use this homegirl here. As a matter of fact, let's use her. Oh, yes, natural here. Okay, we love it. So we're going to delete our friend here. Let's add her, make her bigger. Let's delete this down here. Right, add that there. We're going to talk about we're going to put that that's the long-term result of self-care. Results from, no, that's something that we can say out loud. So we'll be using all right, so again, not very hard to just go through and change the colors of stuff. We can make everything go right along with the rest of our slides. And we love that. So let's move that one over. And now you can see in about 30 minutes, we've kind of been able to change almost half of this presentation and go through and just really make it our own for what we need and what we're looking for, just with, a few really, really helpful tools. And that is your templates tool, where again, you can go through and you can search whatever your topic is, whether it's business, whether it's technology, whether it's self-care. You can go through and you can see what kind of options and what kind of inspiration that you can find. You can pick through a template and then you can go through and you can really customize it as far as colors, font choice, image choice, and really just make it your own and go through and edit it. Use this elements tool and y'all search whatever comes to your mind, because the worst thing that will happen is you won't get the image that you're looking for and you'll just have to search something else. But Canva really has done a lot of the hard work for us as far as thinking about what we may be thinking when we type certain things, giving us recommendations off those things. So really just think about all of that and go through and really just try to get acclimated with Canva. And so I hope that this short tutorial was helpful, and definitely come back and check us for the next time that we'll be doing another Canva tutorial. Thanks so much for joining.